Ladies and gentle hands, I want a really fast donkey. Jumping for joy. Okay, let's see. So if I have my little fancy menu open here, I can see their current speeds. We got an 8.1 and an 8.0. How is donkey back here? Oh, 8.4? 8.4? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I think you go bye-bye. Yay! Anyways, in today's video, we have a lot planned, but first, I have a handy dandy book here with a new name for this area here that we've been working on over the past few episodes. And our name is going to be from OG Plays 1810. You should name the English village something along the lines of Applewood. Now, there was a lot of suggestions for the name about Applewood. There was a few variations of it, but I really like the simplicity of just the name Applewood. So we're going to name this area Applewood. But also, we're going to be working a little bit more in this area. I want to work on some interiors, so get excited for some interiors with Barce in a little bit. I'm super excited to work on these. There's a lot of room on the interiors for some interesting little, tidbits and decoration. And then this could be like a little storefront, and over there could just be another house or something. I also want to clean up some of the terrain around here a little bit more. I just want to do a tiny bit more detailing in this area, add some more foliage, add a nice little path over here or something. I also want to build a nice tree right here to kind of separate out these two areas a bit more, kind of act a bit more as a barrier. And we also have, all the cypress trees lying about, right? So may as well add one more right here to kind of transition into the whole birch area over here. Yes, I'm so excited. And of course, probably the reason you clicked on the video, we're gonna be working on our brand new storage room. It's gonna be such an epic building. Oh my gosh. But before we get into anything else this episode, I have some updates to share with you guys really quickly. So first off, I need to sleep. And second off, I updated our map room here. So now officially it shows all of our progression in our world, except for this weird line right here. What the heck is that? But anyways, we have all of our worlds updated here, and I just want to show this to you guys because this is such a crazy progression of our world that you can just see over time. It's so cool, especially like the cyberpunk city over here. So this is episode 13. I went through all the world downloads, created the maps, transferred them over to this hardcore world, and then freaking gave myself all the maps to properly put them in here. And this is so cool to look at. I love it so much. So here is the Italian village. We actually did a lot for the first 13 episodes. This kind of stays fairly consistent throughout all the world map updates, which is honestly pretty freaking sick. You even got the mountain over here, and all the buildings are the same except for like the back buildings over here are kind of missing. But you can see the whole main valley is just this one path, and there's no cyberpunk city over here. Fishtown just has a little bit of a hut over there. And Whitebridge is the default vanilla taiga village that was over here when I overtook it. It's just so crazy. And then over here, here's episode 20. You can see we added in a bunch of our paths. We started work on the cyberpunk city. Quite a good amount of work, by the way. We got some buildings over there, the little Tokyo street over there. And our ranch is now established too, which is so cool. But still, nothing quite done over here in the taiga village. There is a little bit of ruins there. I do remember making that. And then here's episode 30. This was a big jump, honestly. We have the flower field over here. We have all of Whitebridge. We have the big tree. We have the observatory. And we have even more development inside of the cyberpunk city. It's just so crazy how much has progressed between episodes too. And you can see there's the village buildings there. I don't think that was an episode 20 thing. Oh no, it was. And then finally, we have our current world map. You see Fishtown is almost completed. Oh my gosh, I love how Applewood shows up on the map here. We have the ranch looking nice and finished. And then we have Whitebridge kind of looking the same, but with a little bit more detail in some of the areas. And oh yeah, and the warehouse too. The warehouse is so cool. You can just see the progress in our world, and it's just so awesome. This is episode 13. This is episode 41. So yeah, sorry for the delay on the world download. If you are a member and you're interested in getting the world download, you can now get it for yourself. And also, if you want to steal schematics and stuff from my world, please feel free to, but make sure to credit me a little bit. I would appreciate that. And there's one more thing I did between episodes, and it's in preparation for our new storage room. Over here in our greenhouse, I have decided to come through and update a little bit of it. So first off, I added a nice little new section right here for all the new flowers from the barce hole. And right back here, if you don't know, I have a hidden room back here, and this is my mushroom farm where I get all my mushroom stems and all my mushroom blocks. And I did some updates down here. It used to be very plain, and it was kind of tedious to manually collect everything, and it would all show up in one singular barrel, and it would very quickly fill up with all of the blocks I collected from here. But now I added in a fancy storage system back here, an automated storage system. So we got some mushroom stems, mushroom blocks, and some brown mushrooms, and then whatever excess is left over there. And this actually took me way longer than I wanted it to. Because of how many blocks I generate from the farm, I had to make an even faster filter system with some hopper minecarts just to keep up with the supply of it. So you can see right here, it's kind of like all filtered with the blocks, and that one's just supposed to go super fast. And we have a bunch of minecarts down here, you know, moving the items to and fro as fast as possible. So it's pretty cool. I never knew you could, you know, kind of stack minecarts like that. But yeah, we have a nice little upgrade down here. All right, before we get building some interiors over here, let's do a little mini montage for this little spot right here, because I want to make a tree. So, of course, as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the mini montage. Alright, so we made some small little changes over here, and it looks so freaking nice now. So first off, we have a cute little path here leading up to the cabin, and I love this path because we're not just using the path blocks, we're also using some oak wood, which blends really well with the path blocks, and jungle wood just for a little bit of color variation, and a little bit of green in there to kind of blend in a bit more with like the moss and the grass there. Ooh, such a nice little touch. And then along all the rocks right here, we added in a little bit more texturing with some tuff and a little bit of mossy cobble near the grass, just to add like a little bit of extra color to the rocks. And then over here, I did some deeper colors too, because we have a bit more of an overhang. And that's about it. Not too much, just a little bit. Oh, I guess we added some more grass and some more ferns around. Oh my gosh. At the time of recording, Mojang just dropped a new snapshot, and they added in the firefly bush and bushes. Ooh! I am so excited to start decorating with them and do some landscaping with them. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The only problem I have is that the bush texture is kind of lame. It's not very detailed compared to a lot of the, you know, the other foliage in the game, and it feels a bit wrong, so I'm hoping they update it over time. I guess we'll just deal with it for now. But anyways, it's time for America's favorite segment. Interiors with Barce. Today's Building with Barce segment is sponsored by the join button. Alright, the first building we're going to work on is this gray building right here, just because I think it's the most simple, you know, shape-wise. There's not a lot going on the inside. A decent amount of room, not too bad. But first, we're going to replace all the dirt on the walls and the floor with something prettier. Alright, then next I want to make the second floor. It's going to be right about this level right here. And I want to do a nice little, like, indented roof. I can never remember what these roofs are called. Alright, I believe it's called a slatted ceiling. So we're going to do some slatted ceilings. Ooh, so fancy. And then we'll make the staircase probably right here. Alright, now it's time to kind of plan out where things are going to go. So I think a nice little kitchenette over here would be really nice, kind of tucked away underneath the staircase. We do a nice little like living room, little library thing right here. Then maybe upstairs, we try to do a bedroom over here and I don't know, like a nice little hallway right here maybe. All right, so we're gonna do a nice little mixture of some chiseled bookshelves and a regular set of bookshelves. And we can throw in some books in there after. I don't have any on me right now. Oopsie daisy. And then over here in the kitchen, let's do the oven right there. Although it's not like the safest, but who cares? Nice little crafting table right here, and we craft up some stairs and slabs to use as a table surface for everything. So let's do, I guess we'll do these. That. Boom, boom. Let's get a nice little table right here next to the door. Then right by the door entrance, we'll do a nice little flowering azalea pot. Ooh, yes, I love that. You know, let's add like a little bit of a couch right here, like a little reading area. I think that could be kind of cute. It's not very big, but we don't even have a lot of room inside here, so this is probably fine. Yeah, let's just call this like a little reading nook. We need some lighting in here too, so let's grab some candles. And my handy dandy flint and steel. We'll do 3 candles up there. Another 3 on top of the crafting table. Let's get some real lights in here too. We'll add a lantern or 2, although we can't place it in the middle. The lantern's a little too bright for my taste. Oh wait, I got it. We're gonna do some wall lights. Yes, we'll do the lever 1 block lower. And then we will place candles. Oh, we will place candles right there. And then we will light it up. And then we will break this. And then we place a lever. And it looks like a little like candle stand. Yeah. We'll do 1 more right here. Bang. And this should all be mob proof as well. Just barely. But that's more than perfect for me. And of course, we'll add in some potted plants around here. I'm thinking 1 more over here. Maybe we even add in like a shelf right here. Oh yeah, a shelf. Ooh, shelves. No, you lived. Can I just... Oh. Yep, that works. We'll do a nice little orange tulip right there. And then let's add in maybe... Oh, come on. My shulker monster already. Let's grab a few chests and some barrels as well. You know, they gotta have some storage in this house. And then maybe another little boom right there. And 1 more big boom right there. Yeah. Okay, then we're gonna add in some paintings. I wanted... Ooh. No, I wanted a small painting. I still want to show off the texturing of the walls and all that. So let's see. I feel like that will work. Nice, very nice. Paintings always help with the walls a little bit, but now we're going to help with the floor. And my biggest piece of advice for you interior designers who are trying to learn from me is to make rugs. All right, this little rug design, if I can get it freaking facing right. Okay, and that. Yes. Oh, terracotta, you're so weird. Boom, boom. And then we do some glow lichen on top of that, and boom, 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 boom. Sorry. But yeah, look at this rug. Pretty nice. We got the glow lichen that kind of blends in with the whole like terracotta feel of, you know, the whole pattern design. We have the yellow and the white in there. They kind of all just kind of, you know, makes this all harmonize very well. Harmonize is a very good word for that. All right, then upstairs, we're going to do a roof again, just to be a little consistent, and we'll make it opposite pattern of this one. So we'll do the logs on this one, and then we'll do the little indents on that part. You get me. You know, I was wanting to do a wall that would connect up these 2 sides and kind of have a separate room over here for the bedroom, but it's not really working because we have this whole thing on a slight tilt. So we're just gonna make this area the room, and then we'll make this over here a nice little like end table. Maybe even right here we can do another little tiny table like that. Yes. Then right here we can make a nice little like wardrobe closet. Oh wait, maybe not right that. Maybe we have to do a little bit more like these. Ooh, very nice. That's subtle, and we can put some armor stands in there too. Oh, it's getting dark. We need to sleep. Or we add some lights. Yes, I like that one more. Ooh, look how freaking cozy it is in here with this lighting. Oh my gosh. I love these. I love these so much. It just really helps with the moody lighting in here. Oh my goodness. And then we'll craft up some beds for the upstairs area. We'll do some red beds because nice and classy Minecraft style, you know? Ooh, yes. Then I think we'll just repeat what we have downstairs in this little nook, and we'll do a little bookshelf. And to be kind of consistent with the rug down here, we're going to add in a little bit of a yellow rug right over here. We can't be nearly as detailed as we are downstairs here just because, you know, this is a roof, and we only have a lot of space here to add in some full blocks of decoration. But this is pretty much the whole interior here. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think the only thing I want to add is another painting right here, but I am out of... Wait, no, I have wool on me. Wait a minute. Oh, that's too big. There we go, a nice little, like, religious painting, I guess. All right, so that's our first house done. Let's move on into this one. So first off, we got to clean up the walls in here as well and the float. So let's get some clearing done, I guess. All right, we got the floors all filled in now, and what I'm thinking for this building is we kind of separate it into 2 different halves. So we have this half over here, that's going to be like our residential side. So this is where, you know, the person who owns this building lives, and they have a little upstairs area too. But right here in this little corner, I think we're gonna make a nice little shop, and I'm thinking an antique shop could be really cool. So the first step is to divide the house into a half, and I'm thinking we can go probably right there is pretty solid. Maybe even that, or even this. Well, I might be getting a little too crazy. No, actually, that's pretty good. Then we'll strip those down, and then we'll do a nice solid diorite wall. But what we will do is we'll add in a bunch of shelves. I think shelves make total sense for a little antique shop, and we'll just kind of layer it up everywhere and make sure there's enough room to put plenty of junk on these shelves. I kind of want it to feel a little bit crowded in here too, so we'll add in another shelf right here in the middle. It's kind of obstructing everything, but I do think it helps add to that crowded feeling in here, especially once we start adding in a bunch of stuff in here. I'm thinking we add in a lot of like those custom big pots in here with the sherds and everything, because those will add a lot of extra little detail and just kind of adds that little extra bit of antiqueness. Yes. All right, we got the antique store all set up, looking nice and pretty much almost done. We have a bunch of pots everywhere that I'll eventually, we'll come through here and we'll make them all fancy with the sherds and everything. I got a bunch of item frames everywhere that I want to put random junk items in, like clocks, maybe even compasses. I can't think of anything else. Maybe dyes, whatever just kind of fits into the whole junky feeling of this little antique store. But yeah, we have a bell over here. We have a little candlestick holder, a brewing stand, a loom over here and a loom there, and just all sorts of junk all over the place. And I think this will turn out really well once we start getting some items in those item frames. But over here, I added in our little, what is it called? Terrace? No, our ceiling. But let's add in a nice little staircase. We'll do it like right here. We'll do it a little bit differently, and then they come up to this, and then we'll turn right again, and we'll continue to the roof. All right, I think very similar to before, we're gonna do a nice little kitchen right there, and then maybe we have a little reading nook right in this little corner. We don't have a lot of room in this house compared to the other one, and I had to add a little bit of a fence right here because this is kind of just a little hidey hole, a little Harry Potter's cabinet, if you will. So I guess we'll just we'll take it easy and we won't go too crazy here. All right, then we'll add in a little rug right here too. I like to add my rugs into the floors because it just makes it feel so much more real. How do I get the rug to face inwards? Is it impossible challenge? All right, that'll do. Then we'll put some more glow lichen on top to kind of blend it in a little bit more, kind of like we did with the other rug. Ooh, so good. All right, this is pretty cute so far. I'm trying to think of some other random details we can do. Now, I know we can make more paintings. The shulker monster is getting insane over there. Oh my god. All right, we do a painting right here. Oh my god. Wait, that's so cool. Then maybe this one we could do a nice 2x2. Oh, yes. Then we'll do a painting on the staircase here too. So we have a lot of room up here in this area. I'm thinking we do a bed right in this corner. We could have a nice little bookshelf area right there. And then, oh, it's kind of tough. This area over here is going to be really empty. Oh man, this is going to be a tough interior to solve here. Maybe they're like some sort of inventor because they have the antique shop. So maybe they kind of make a bunch of stuff, whoever lives in this house. So maybe in this little corner here, we have a bunch of like gadgetry, little sawmill. I think that's actually pretty good. A little gadgetry area. Let's bring this whole box in, our decoration box, and we'll just go crazy. So we'll make a little saw table right here. Actually, we'll do it right here. And then I think the design I did last time over in Whitebridge was something like this, where I put the stone cutter kind of right here in the middle maybe. And then I surrounded it all with signs. Yeah, I think that works pretty well for a little saw table. Then we can also get like a smithing table in here. And, oh, I should bring my redstone chest in too. I'm gonna be real. I kind of use a lot of my redstone stuff for decoration. Kind of randomly, like, I mean, like all the levers and then like the tripwire hooks and the buttons on the outside. I just think it's kind of funny. Got the smithing table, a little tripwire hook on top. We'll make that a nice little like workstation with like a piston next to it to kind of give it some more like tool table vibes. And then I think it'd be cool to have some sort of like pulley thing going on here. The grindstone and some chains always work really well for that. So we could do something off of that. Maybe we have a little pulley right here and it's just like, I don't know, doing something. Maybe we got a brewing stand attached to it and it kind of feels like it's some sort of mechanism. That's interesting. Maybe we do like a lightning rod in a pot, and I don't know what it is, but it's something. And it is just like a little thing right here. I don't know. Maybe he's just a crazy inventor, doesn't know what he's making. He's a wannabe inventor. Maybe just like a random bell right there. I'm trying to think of some other random stuff we could add. Maybe like an anvil. An armor stand for sure could go somewhere on here. Maybe just like an armor stand kind of in this corner. An anvil behind it with something on top. Let's add... Oh, what's something that could go good on top of it? Maybe some iron bars that kind of connect up to the roof. Oh, I forgot some slabs over here. Just some iron bar shenanigans going on in that corner. And then I want something to go across the ceiling here. So maybe we do another pulley. And we have just a chain kind of going across, connecting up to another pulley. And then maybe that goes down to the ground here. And then there could be like a beehive. Sure. I actually kind of like that. I think that's kind of quirky. Yeah, this is a quirky little fella in this house. Give him some character, you know, give him some traits. And then we'll just have a little stack of wood right here. We'll extinguish that, a little pot. And I think that's pretty good. Let's clean this shulker mess up. And I think the last thing I want to do, and it's such a random little thing that popped in my head just now. I'm going to give the little armor stand in here some iron pants. Boop. There we go. Just to make it stand out a little bit more from the wood that's all right there. But yeah, here's our little interior for the upstairs. I think overall it's like okay. This side needs some work. I don't really know what to do here other than like make another freaking bookshelf, and I don't know. I'm a little stumped on this this little corner here. But I think this corner turned out really well. You can tell this guy's a little quirky with all of his little gadgetries and everything. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, we have one more house to do here. And let's see what's in store for us. What can we cook up here? So this house is a little bit smaller than the other ones, which I think is a good thing. All right, as we've done every other time, let's go ahead and replace the flow. All right, maybe we make this house a bit of like a worker's house. You know, the people who work on the apple orchard and maybe even like the apiary right here. This is where they all live, and it's like a work house, right? So they don't actually like live here. It's like a boarding house almost, right? Where there's just like beds everywhere, a little kitchen area, and like that's about it. It's like a living quarters, very bare minimum. All right, so we got a bunch of beds. We'll make the bedroom upstairs. We'll be a little classy with it at least, but we'll make like bunk beds. It'll be kind of fun, and we'll interchange a bunch of these colors here. We have gray, brown, and green. I want to keep them fairly neutral just to make them feel like everyone is kind of unique, but not really with their bed. Oh, we're missing a bed. We'll do one black bed just for the fun of it. Then, of course, we'll add in all of our little trap doors here to kind of connect them up, make them feel like bunk beds. Oh, I imagine working in an apple field and having to live and sleep in a bunk bed. Maybe we make some of these little bedside tables a barrel. So it's like a little bit of personal storage. Then, of course, we'll add in our iconic pots. I can't add one there because I have to add in trapdoors eventually. Maybe we can also do a chest every so often. Oh, maybe we do a shelf. Okay. We'll do a shelf right here. Maybe even make that 2 single chests. And, of course, we got to get ready for all of our lighting in here. Of course, we still do the candles. So we'll do a candle here. A candle here. A candle there. Maybe one more candle right here. Very nice. And then lastly, we'll add in a little carpet right here. Can I go a 9x9? Oh, yes. Perfect. Yeah, this is feeling very boardroomish. I think just like having the bunk beds really just kind of helps sell it all. Oh, I think it's kind of neat. And now downstairs is a little bit of a different story. We want it to feel kind of crowded, but it needs to be a little open for like people to exist and live in here. And obviously more than one person lives in this house. So I'm thinking we do a little kitchen area right here, kind of not too big of a kitchen area. And then a bunch of seating around, maybe a nice table over here and like a table over there. And then I'll probably fill up most of the space. Maybe do a bookshelf over by the staircase there, and that'll probably be pretty solid. And just to be a little quirky, we'll add some pickles to the table there because I don't know what it is, but pickles look good on a countertop. Never thought that would be something I'd say, but here we are. All right, let's add in some flowers to these flower pots around here. Now, I think it'd be kind of funny if we have a dead bush in one of these. Like, they don't really take a good care of the plant, so it's kind of died. I think that's a little funny. And then we'll just do a little shrub in this one. Like, it's super easy to take care of. Boop, there we go. And there we go, guys. Our interiors are done. Let's do a quick little walkthrough of all of them. Just so, in case it's been a little too long since I've gone over them all. So first, oh, hold on. Let me clean this up. Did my magic trick work? Did they disappear? All right, so here's our first interior we did. It was the gray house here. And I like this interior. It's pretty simple, pretty standard. We have a nice little rug on the entryway, a little reading nook right here, a little kitchenette over here. I think this is super nice. Candles everywhere on the little stilts or on their little stands with the lever. Very neat trick there. If you come upstairs, just a nice and simple bedroom with a little closet. Very nice. A lot of paintings everywhere, a little flower and fern, and very nice, very simple. Nice little like base interior for all these houses. Then we did the White House right here, and on the right side is a little shop, and it's an antique store. And I like the kind of the messiness in here, but my favorite is actually the upstairs here. So we have a very small downstairs because it's split with the shop. Nothing too crazy down here, but upstairs, if we turn around, we have the inventors area. Ooh, I kind of cooked with this area. It's mostly just like random knickknacks connecting wires everywhere, chains, whatever. A little like saw table, a little workstation right here. Some sort of pulley system with a bell on it. And then another pulley system that's like holding up this crate right here. And a little bookshelf over here. Still struggling to figure out how to fill out the rest of this over on this side. And then lastly, we have the house we just worked on. The workers' house. We have the downstairs here, very dimly lit. A little kitchen area right here and a bunch of seating for all the workers to eat their food before they go out on the field. Then we have the boardroom where everyone sleeps, a bunch of bunk beds and storage everywhere, and pretty minimal on like the shelves and like the walls, but lots of storage for all their personal belongings. It may not seem like much, but interiors are a lot of work, especially for me. I get burned out so easily. Like technically this is 2 different days of me recording this because I got burned out of working on these interiors, but I'm glad I came back to it and took a little extra time and gave these other 2 buildings a little bit more uniqueness on their interior to give a little bit more backstory on like the people who live in this little English countryside. All right, but that is enough interiors today. I think it's time for us to work on a big old exterior. So right up here past the vineyard, I want to make a new build for our Italian village, and it's going to be our new storage room. So right about on the level where this little hut is, and I made this hut very early into the series, and it's kind of sad, but I'll have to get rid of it. I know. But I think the build that will be superseding this little cottage will be a lot better. And also we kind of, we recreated this shack in a way over there. This is our homage to it, is that guy over there. And, yeah, I think it's time to say goodbye to this little guy right here. And there it is, all gone. No time for tears. It's time to build. So yes, we'll be building a big old museum right here. Now, my main inspiration for this build is actually from Rome itself. Now, right next to the Roman Colosseum, there's some really, really cool like museums and just cool architecture in general that really matches the whole vibe we're going for here. A bit more Roman-esque, I guess, but I'm really excited to work on it. It kind of is reminiscent of the temple we have over there, like especially the roof, but I think the whole general shape of the building will be very different. It'll be a nice little like museum front is what I'm basing it off of. I can share a bit more what the palette is going to look like. Let's see if I can grab the blocks for it. All right, so our main palette is going to consist of a lot of these white blocks in my hotbar here. We got the stem, some chiseled quartz block, a little chiseled pillar, diorite, calcite, and of course the pale wood. Ooh, this is not quite the gradient that I'm working with, but we're gonna be using a lot of stems and the quartz pillars here, and I think a good amount of the pale wood as well. This is going to be an insane amount of resources we're gonna need for this build. But this is the front facade of it. Now we're doing something interesting with the build, and we're doing a different palette for the sides of the building. All right, so this palette right here is going to be the palette we're going to use for the sides of the building. Oh my gosh, it is a crazy palette, but our main color we're kind of focusing on is this right here. It's a very nice orangish reddish color, and it blends super well with these oranger toned blocks here, especially the red sandstone, kind of transitioning into it with the acacia wood. And then transitioning down into these deeper brown colors with a little bit of light gray terracotta, just for some variation here. But also working into the brown mushroom blocks, the packed mud, stripped spruce logs, and oak logs. Jeez, man, I can't get my words out of my mouth. But yeah, our palette is kind of insane. Uh-oh, I ruined that. There we go. Yeah, this build is going to be absolutely insane. And some of the angles we're working with here is one, inside the city itself. Now, when we're down here on the ground, this angle is so sick. Seeing the whole building here. Ooh, it's so cool. And then another big angle we are working with is all the way down here on the path, kind of leading up to the city. You will see it right past the vineyard, and the vineyard acts as a very good like little frontal thing to it with the trees there, and you're gonna see the big old building right there as you're walking up. It'll actually really help with the composition of the Italian village, which is something I've kind of struggled with for a little bit, is that we have this really big building here, our church, which I am very happy with the church, but it shows how I've grown as a builder as well, because the scale of this building is a little bit too big compared to everything else around the area. But this new art museum, I guess we could call it, our new storage room, will really help kind of balance out the city as well. And it's gonna feel a little bit more in scale with the city as well. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into the main reason you clicked on today's video. So of course, sit back, relax, and enjoy the montage. All right, y'all, it's time for the big reveal. I mean, you've already seen it in the montage. Oh, and it's in the background. Oh gosh. There is our new art museum, which will turn into our storage room in the future. For now, I don't have enough time, and I'm so burnt out of doing interiors. We're not going to do the interior yet for this building. And also, it just gives me a little bit more time to kind of plan out what's going to go where inside the building. But this, easily one of my favorite, like, bigger builds in this world. It's so dope. My favorite part about this is, like, the very minimal amount of details on the front facade here. But it feels so heavily detailed, and, like, there's such, like, nuance to, like, the small minor details that are in this build. If we electrify around just for a little bit, you can see the side building pieces are extraordinary. I don't think I've ever said that word in one of my videos before, but the sides are so nice. I love the coloring on here. It's like the orange is very subtle, and just like the little hints of it, and like the little bit of brown too, just to kind of neutralize it just a tiny bit. We also got it from this angle over here. Let's go on top of the bell tower. Boop. And look at that. Oh, it's gonna just, I love the coloring on the sides. It just gives it so much more character than the front. And also a lot of room on the inside too. Then here it is from down in the village too. It's just like such a nice little piece of the puzzle that I think we were missing inside the Italian village. Now let's check out the palette a little bit. Let's hop into Cheetah Cam, and I want to share this with you guys. So in the little indents here on the main white spaces, you're using a lot of the stripped pale oak wood, which is such a brilliant block. And in the middle, it just has a little bit of an accent. We have the chiseled quartz and the chiseled pillars on the in-between. And I don't know what it is, but these fence gates really help kind of just add a little bit of tiny bit of extra detail into the front facade here. And of course the stone buttons, just to give a little bit more character, a little bit more color variation to kind of blend in with like the diorite walls that we have everywhere. And yeah, the pillars too are quite nice. There's something that I did notice when I was building this, and a little too late to fix it, but these are 3 tall right here, and then these are 4 tall on the pillars. But I really do like the pillar design in the end, and I even did the same thing on the side here. This is actually almost the same front facade as the front is there, but it's on the side with the different color palette and these big old windows. Another really small detail that I really like in this build is the usage of the acacia signs to kind of drag out, to kind of smear the lines of the orange color that we're using as like our highlight throughout the build. And you can see like even up here, it's pretty dark. There's not even a lot of orange up in this upper section, but the acacia signs, even the random one right there, I'll just kind of add a little splotch of orange, as if I kind of just like grabbed a little paintbrush and I just went like flicked a little orange on there. I was using my hand gesture for that, but you guys can't see that. And one last little detail is the sandstone and the mushroom stem as like the front smaller pillars. I was kind of tired of using all the diorite and I thought it'd be a little too samey. So using some of the sandstone to blend in with those darker white blocks, the little dirtier white blocks, works super well and also kind of ties in with this little masterpiece at the top. I wanted to use lapis at the top here for the dome, but I legit only have 7 lapis blocks to my name. So I'll have to do some mining in the future. But another little favorite feature of mine is actually this little pinpoint top, the top point? I don't know what to call it, but I used some glass panes here at the top to just kind of give a little bit of extra shape to this the wall block here, just so we have a little bit more of a smoother line going into the tippy top there. All right, now let's check out the interior, and wow. No, obviously there's no interior yet. We will get to it next episode, I promise. But I am really excited to set up a storage room in here because I think it'd be really cool to have our storage room be kind of right on the level here and have these windows be a key feature into looking into our storage room and also possibly accessing it with Elytra kind of just flying in through the windows. Now my big idea is I want to have 2 spiral staircases, maybe not spiral, but like curved staircases on the left and the right leading up to the storage room. And on the lower section here, we can have a door that leads into more of a bulk storage area where we store like all of our stone, all of our dirt, like all those blocks we just have massive quantities of. We can leave them all in its own area, and then all of our other blocks that we use quite frequently can be stored in a giant freaking vault looking thing with all of our chests lined up in the back there. I'm super excited to work on our storage room, but for now we'll have to suffer and chill with the classic church storage room. Now, I do have a question for you guys. What should we do with our old storage room here? Do we convert it into a crypt of some sort? You know, like this is supposed to be like a catacombs underneath the church. So do we convert it into a proper catacomb / crypt? Or do we leave it as our old storage room and kind of just be able to come down here and reminisce whenever we want? I'm not quite sure. And congratulations to you guys, because you guys get an extra long episode this week, but that's going to be the end of it today. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. Of course, if you liked the video, make sure to like the video. And if you enjoyed me, then subscribe. And if you really liked me, consider joining as a member. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys all next week. Bye.